Hello, welcome back to the For the Badge podcast. We got some previews and some predictions coming for another wild weekend coming up in the Premier League. First up, Liverpool resurgent away to Bournemouth.
10-0.
10-0.
10-0.
They did put a 9-0 on them at Anfield last time round. Costa old Scotty Parker job.
The J-O-B.
That's my prediction.
Nah, 3-0 pool.
There's no way. I'm recording it. Lewis says 10-0.
10-0. I'm going 3-0 pool. Yeah, all day.
My goodness. I also gave Liverpool 3 goals, but I said that Bournemouth might have one up their sleeve at home. 3-1 to Liverpool.
Bournemouth is last.
Last.
They're last. 10-0.
Are they last?
They are.
They are
On
last.
goal difference. They're like 6 goals back of
Oh,
Southampton.
and Liverpool's about to bury them on
They're
that
about
one.
to be 16 goals back because 10-0.
There's no way.
10.
They're gonna break their
I'm
record.
putting it down, man.
That's awesome.
And you
yeah.
should.
There you go.
They're just letting Ten Hag know that they could have been you. 10.
All right, man.
I think I'm not gonna go with 10-0. I'll say that.
I think here's Lewis. If Liverpool win this game 10-0, we'll give you 10 points.
I'll give
Yep.
you 10 points.
I'll take
We will
that.
give you 10 points for this
10-0.
prediction.
10.
Even if Liverpool just score 10 goals, I'll give you 10
Yeah, I know, right?
prediction.
If they score 10, then I'm all good. I'm good with him
Yeah,
getting 10
that's
points.
fine.
You're living dangerously, gentlemen. You're living
We are.
dangerously.
We are. No, I think Bournemouth. I think they're gonna have a hangover. I think Liverpool. They won't have a hangover, but they'll be looking to Champions League. So I think it'll be like 4-1.
I think it'll be like the same, close to the same lineup too.
Yeah.
10.
Harvey
Firmino-
Elliott will definitely. Harvey
Firmino
Elliott
comes on with a hat trick in the 89th minute. He's going to score 3 goals in 35 seconds.
Firmino,
Yes.
That would be absolutely intense.
Yeah, there you go.
the farewell tour continues.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
Woof.
Speaking of scoring 3 goals in 35 seconds, Brighton travel to Leeds, United States of America. Oof. This one's gonna get ugly, I think. I think it's gonna be rough. I said 3-0 to Brighton.
Oh, I got 2-0 to Brighton. I was teetering on a 3-0.
Yeah, man, Brighton just have way too much. Leeds are struggling, even at home.
Struggle
Their
bus.
new manager didn't really bounce.
it only bounced once.
It just
It just
I will say this: they have replaced Patrick Bamford because he's injured. I think we figured that
he's
out
injured.
last
Yeah.
podcast. But Tyler Adams will try to punch Matoma in his face. McKinney will probably try to take out Joel Veltman. I think his name is first. Yeah, well, Veltman anyway. And it will be unsuccessful like normal, unfortunately, for Leeds. They're in trouble, man. I feel like Leeds are in trouble.
Oh yeah.
They're right down there in the mixer. And this won't be a good day for them.
No. So what'd you go with?
I said 3-0 to the goals.
3-0?
To the Seagulls.
I'm gonna go because I like Somerville. I think he can get a goal out of it. I'm gonna go 3-1 Brighton. Somerville, he's fun to watch. He's about the only thing that's worth watching for Leeds right now.
Yeah. I mean, Brighton, man, they've only played 23 games, but if they win those 3 games in hand, they are in 4th place.
Yep.
They have leapfrogged everyone. This is an important one. They should win. That's why I think it's important, is because they should expect to win this game, and they should win this game.
Yeah.
What'd you think, Lewis?
1-0.
1-0 to the goals.
to Chelsea, Brighton, and Albion. I like it.
Yeah.
By the way, I saw that Chelsea and Arsenal are going to be in for McAllister this summer.
I feel bad for Brighton sometimes, man. They're just getting raided.
Just getting
And
raided.
they're still challenging for Champions League.
Southampton knew. They're
Yeah.
they're the
So Brighton's our feeder
Yep.
club.
same colors and everything.
True.
Just like Southampton had Liverpool colors.
Well, I mean, you saw what happened to Leicester after they got raided. Just absolute shambles.
Yep.
Mahrez gone, Conte gone,
Iosi Perez gone.
Perez gone, Fofana gone.
I'm sorry.
That is still a handball. I don't care what VAR says.
I'm sorry.
No, VAR doesn't know what a handball is. I don't want to get.
Speaking
That's a whole
of-
nother segment. That's a whole nother segment.
Speaking of VAR and really drawing lines, Brentford go to Everton. This was a bit of an interesting one when I was looking at it. Sean Dice is gonna. I mean, I don't know. This could be a real interesting game.
It should be a fun one, actually.
I mean,
This game will be grueling.
I think the way, yeah, exactly. I think the way that Brentford play are going to play into the hands of the way Everton.
Exactly how Everton are gonna. Yep, it's gonna be grueling. It's gonna be a battle.
It's gonna be a bloodbath.
Right, it's gonna be a battle.
I'm wondering what Ivan Toney's bookie is telling us. To be honest with you,
I bet you are.
I want to
Let's
call
look.
a 0-0. Let's look. I want to call a 0-0, but
there'll be goals. I think there'll be goals. I don't think it'll be 0-0. But is that your final answer, X?
I do actually. I do think this is gonna go to a 0-0.
You don't think Ivan Toney's got one in him?
It's
I
my
hope they
man Ivan. Come on now.
I mean, I don't want
The
to bet
over
against.
is 2.5
I don't want to
goals,
bet
by the way.
against the house because the house always wins, and Ivan Toney is with the house. I can tell you that right now. The issue I have is I just
The
think it's
over
gonna
is
be
2.5
It's just gonna
goals,
be
by the way.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 0-0 for sure.
Under.
I'll go 0-0.
Over under, yeah, 2.5. Sorry,
I bet the over on that. I said 2-1 Brentford.
dude. I say the same thing.
2-0 Brentford.
2-0 to the Bees.
The bees.
Bees?
To the bees.
I just think that we've seen that Everton at times can struggle to win the second ball. They do have a stronger midfield as far as a physical presence in there, but when Brentford win those second balls, man, they're dangerous going forward. They're coming off a strong win at home versus Fulham. That was a fantastic game as well. I just think that Brentford are going to be too much. I got Ivan Toney and Mbomo will get back on the score sheet, and it'll be a nice 2-1 victory for the Bees. Speaking of Southampton, as we were just a second ago, they go to get slaughtered at Old Trafford. You know, because Man U are resurgent, absolutely resurgent with a huge 4-1 win in the Europa League. And then they get the gift of playing the relegation fight's best team down there in Southampton. Do we think Ward-Prowse has a goal in this one? That's the question. I don't.
They can get them to the close enough to the line.
I don't think.
3-1.
All right, does Ten Hag play
Same
Veghorst
lineup.
in the 10?
Same lineup.
Same lineup. No, I think Lewis is right. Same lineup.
Same lineup.
Same lineup.
3-1. 3-1
I think it's 3-0 United, and then the narrative keeps going that they're gonna win the league.
The quad's back on, y'all.
It's just disgusting.
I just think if you look at the way it happened today, they didn't really have to be stout defensively.
No.
And I think that'll be the same against Southampton. They won't have to be at the levels. And so I said 2-0 to the Red Devils.
I hope it's low scoring, and honestly, I'd love to see Southampton stand up for this game, so we're not the only trash that lose to them. But it just makes it worse when we lose to a team like Southampton and United goes and thrashes them 3-4-0, and it just makes us look like clowns, and I just don't like it. So I want to say this is going to be low scoring.
Yeah, I think just at Old Trafford, Southampton aren't going to have enough.
No, it's going to be 3-0. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy day.
What you saying, Patrick?
I'm going to go 2-0 United. I think that Ten Hag wants them to play a little bit more of a controlled match. Southampton will play that low block. It won't be as they won't be able to get those kind of quick counter goals that United's been getting here recently. They'll be playing into a brick wall, but it's Southampton. They'll give up 2 goals. So give me 2-0.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And I mean, hey, maybe we'll get lucky and Ten Hag will play Weghorst in the 10 role, and it'll be a shambles.
Hey, it'd be beautiful.
Yeah, we
but
can.
The quad is back on, y'all. Just know that
it's back on.
I'm done.
It's back on. Hey, I mean,
so done.
After smashing in Europa League, if you can beat Betis 4-1 at home, anything's possible.
Anything is possible. We're just lucky that we get to watch this match because we get to watch the incredible Manchester United.
Greatest holding midfielder ever to be a midfielder on the face of the earth of midfield.
Ever.
I'll say this about Casemiro: for every good touch and perchance great play, he's worth the same amount of poor touches and bad passes.
How dare you, sir?
Every single game.
No, sir. No,
you see
sir.
These things called eyeballs?
No, your eyeballs are broken.
I have them.
You will not besmirch the name. No besmirching of names of the greatest holding midfielder ever to breathe air.
Fair enough. We'll move on. Speaking of besmirching, have we heard about Diego Costa? Is he back for Wolves?
Oh, I don't know.
I thought he was out.
I mean, he got stretchered off. I haven't really checked on him.
Yeah, it says a knee injury mid-April.
Oof. Well, the Wolves wander up to Newcastle this weekend. It's another interesting one, just because Newcastle are in such poor form, as far as goal scoring, at least.
They just can't score, right? You can't score on them, supposedly, but they can't score.
They still have.
They have the best still, right? They still have the
if not the toughest defense,
right?
Yeah, they've only given 17 goals all season.
They just can't score
in the league. Yeah, even though they can't score, I said that maybe Miggy Almiron pops up with something. I gave Newcastle the 1-0 at home. Maybe the Toon Army will. The fans will give them a boost.
There you go.
I just don't think Wolves have anything to offer away from home.
No, I don't think Wolves have much to offer, period. I'm going to go 1-0 Newcastle as well.
Yeah, and the last goal that Wolves scored was a freak circus show. That was one of the weirdest shots I've ever seen. But yeah, I think Newcastle have what it takes to eke out this win. You saying 1-1, Lewis?
I am saying 1-1 because Newcastle don't seem confident. I think they let one in and then they score second, but it'll be 1-1.
Well, that gives me hope. If Wolves can go and get a 1-1 at Newcastle, who knows what Arsenal can do going up there, traveling up north. Here's the real question: will there be rain?
That's what I was about to ask. Is there rain in the forecast? Because if
the
there's
weather
rain
radar
in the forecast, all bets are off.
Get the
I
weather
guarantee
radar.
it's going to rain. Doesn't it always rain?
It always rains in London, so you can usually bet on rain.
Well, they're not in London.
Up Saturday. Is it a Saturday match or a Sunday match?
Sunday.
Sunday.
See, Saturday was going to be 45. Well, hold on. I read this wrong. No, I didn't.
My man
45
pulled
to
up the weather
39.
in.
It was gross today.
This is why Patrick wins the prediction league. He's
'Cause
going
he
all the
wants
way. He's going
Yeah.
all the way down to what the. Yeah.
No,
Wind chill factor, wind
Yeah,
it
direction.
he's
does
bringing
look
it
like
in.
it's going to rain. It does look like it's going to
Oh,
rain.
it's gonna rain.
So how does that affect your prediction?
I think that I think it's 1-1. Newcastle struggles to score. Wolves will get one, probably by Jimenez. By the way, it's snowing in London right now.
Okay, in Manchester, it was miserable. I could tell. It looked awful.
I'm good.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Ten Hag was running around with a beanie on and stuff.
Yeah.
But no, I think seriously, I think Newcastle struggles to score, but I think they do get one. But I also think Wolves gets one, and it's 1-1. I don't think, and to kind of go back to what you said, I don't think Arsenal has to worry about going to Newcastle now because this Newcastle's not the same.
Yeah, they're not good.
They have just fallen apart.
Yeah, they're definitely no longer favorites for top 4, I would say.
No,
Arsenal's concerns are City and Liverpool. I mean, Chelsea is there, but you don't know what Chelsea. If it's Chelsea going in the direction they look like they're going, I would watch out for Chelsea as well.
That's such a resurgence for us, though. Like that takes so mathematically, man. I'd love to be there, but like,
I'm not talking about Chelsea like being in the league. I'm talking about Arsenal losing to them.
being a
Oh,
spoiler.
Yeah.
I can see that.
That game definitely is looking a bit trickier than maybe it would have 2-3 weeks ago.
It's swapped
Sure.
with the Newcastle one. Yeah, I think it's
Right.
swapped.
That's
I'll
a
give you
good
that.
point. Yeah.
I'll give you that
Yeah.
all day. Yeah, 10 points to Lewis. Just
And
go
10
with it.
goals.
10.
10. Liverpool score 10. I want my
Speaking
10
of
points.
So who gets? So how many hat tricks will Liverpool have?
Well, first of all, Salah's going to score 4 by himself.
Mm.
He'll score 4.
So that's one.
You gotta
Nunez
get
will score 2.
noodles in there. Yeah, you gotta get noodles.
Okay,
in
so a
there.
brace. Okay,
Gakpo will score 2.
okay, another brace.
Brace,
Because
brace,
now,
solid.
now we're on 8.
Yeah,
Yep.
brace, brace, solid.
Henderson will score a goal.
Oh, okay.
And then
My
Trent
man's-
will do some magic.
My man's pulling out the crystal ball. There you go. If he gets all this right, I will give him all of my points. all of my
I
points.
just
just
called-
called all the points on Monday.
Yo,
Yeah, if you just called that completely correct, we'll give you 25 points.
I'll give you all of my points.
Xavier
I
will
don't care.
transfer all of his
I
points.
don't care. You win.
10.
Because the parlay I'm
Okay.
about to put in on DraftKings on that is going to be amazing.
Well, speaking of teams who would love to transfer some points, because that's the only way they're going to pick them up, Spurs are hosting Nottingham Forest.
Can they both lose?
I wish.
They've tried a lot
Unfortunately,
this season.
we cannot.
I mean, Spurs are going to win 2-0, and then you're going to be like, where was this team at in the middle of the week? And it's stupid because I don't understand, but it's 2-0. I don't even want to talk about them.
Spurs
2-0.
are only going to win because Forest are
Terrible.
Awful.
away
Oh.
from
Terrible.
Away from home.
so bad.
Awful.
They've scored less than 5 goals. I think it's still at 2 that they've scored away from home. I mean, I understand, make your home ground a fortress when you're trying to survive in the league. But you gotta muster something away from home.
Yeah.
I said that, honestly, if we could have both teams lose, that'd be great. But I think Harry Kane will pop up and get the 1-0.
Well, after getting manhandled all weekend, he needs it. So
Oh man, I don't know, man. Maybe there'll be a hangover. It's another red team they're facing, and he'll maybe be seeing the Milan shirts in his nightmare.
PTSD on Harry Kane. I like it. I like it.
Speaking of Harry Kane, I was reading that he has gone to Levy and says that they need to bring back Pochettino.
Why? Why is he not leaving? That's not what he needs. He needs to go to Levy and say, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
He should. I don't know.
Go replace Messi at PSG. And then-
thought?
and then win the French league so he can finally have a trophy,
Have a trophy, yeah.
and then retire. I
That's-
mean, even though Kane realistically has another 5 years in him, but I mean, he got to go somewhere and win something, man.
I agree. I mean, he's too, as Tottenham trash as he is, he's too prolific of a striker
Yeah.
not to have a trophy in the cabinet other than the Audi Cup.
Audi,
Like,
sir.
come on.
Yeah,
No.
he's just too good to. I mean, he's Tottenham's all-time leading goal scorer. He's just too good to retire without anything. You know,
Right.
obviously, I hate him as much as
I hate it. I mean, if you're Tottenham trash, Tottenham trash. If you want to,
But objectively, as a fan of the game, like you gotta do it, man. You gotta go somewhere.
But I don't feel bad for him for this reason. He had a chance to push and leave to go to City, and he didn't do it. He would have been He would have been doing what Haaland
we'd have
is doing
Haaland
right now.
Right, we'd have
He would have
Haaland.
been doing the same thing that Haaland's doing, and he fits even better than Haaland
I
just because of
retract.
style. And he would have won. He
Yeah.
would have won the league last year. That's
Yeah.
his fault. Nobody
Yeah.
feels bad for him.
No, he re-signed. He 100% had every opportunity to leave. Everyone would have given the money. Everyone would have paid his paycheck on a free transfer, so you don't have to pay Tottenham for it. So that opens up a whole lot of options, and he re-signs.
So the real reason that Haaland doesn't play for Chelsea is because of Harry Kane.
When I die, and that's the realization that I can see in the whatever Cosmos timeline I can look at, I'm going to be so upset.
What do you mean? You don't have to be on your deathbed to see that. That's the reason
No,
he's
I'm
there.
so upset. No, don't.
Listen,
I'm not accepting
Listen.
that reality because do you know how mad I already am with the
But
club?
that's the
I would
reality.
just be, no, you
Come
on,
stop
man.
it. You
Come on.
stop it. No, I'd rather
Daniel
live in the
Levy
universe.
will never, ever sell a player to Chelsea.
Oh, no, he'd have to. That's why the Kane contract end would have been perfect. It would
'Cause
have
he
been
was going to
Kane's
City.
choice.
He was going.
Yeah, he was going to City. So we would have gotten Holland instead of Lukaku.
I'm not accepting that. I'd rather accept.
Why?
I'd rather accept the United's the greatest team ever to exist in the history of ever than accept that one.
Why? I mean, you already hate Spurs, so just go ahead and properly hate them.
Because it's such a mistake on. Well, I understand. Like, hey, granted, Roman's got a. If you look at the timeline, right? Like Roman's got a lot going on right here at the end of his spell at Chelsea. To sign Haaland and bring him into the club, Haaland's not going to stay at City for his entire contract. I would bet the farm on the fact that Haaland's going to stay at City for a maximum of 2 to 3 years. The farm.
I won't predict anything because I don't know anything.
Farm. Because if he keeps scoring goals, Barcelona or Madrid will write a check for
Well, first of all, Barcelona's not writing any check because they don't have 135 levers. Okay,
They
sir?
will. They will write a check. It might bounce, but they will write the check.
Yeah, they'll take 7 years to pay it off. Yeah.
Hey, what?
I'm saying I don't see Haaland staying at City. I don't see City being the end all be all for Aaron Haaland. I just don't.
I won't call that because I don't know enough about that. What I do know is when City gets players, they generally stay. But it is also associated to the manager. So I'll just leave that like that.
So what you saying, X? Will Kane score against Forest?
No.
What score do you
I'm not never betting on Tottenham to do anything right. It's gonna be a 0-0. It's gonna be a 0-0.
So he doesn't even want to catch you from that one point because he knows that Spurs are gonna win, and he refuses to say, you know what, Jake, you're just gonna have that point. You're just gonna have that
It's
point.
not gonna happen. I will
He'll
not
stay
put
behind
that
you.
out. I will not put that out in the universe. Absolutely not.
He's accepted that Harry Kane is the reason that Chelsea don't have Aaron Haaland. He's accepted.
Don't make me go to London, okay? Just don't.
Oh, goodness gracious. What do you think,
Or
Patrick?
Tottenham.
I'm gonna go 1-0 because Forrest can't score and Kane's got to score eventually again. So we'll go 1-0.
Remember, Sonny
I was
coming off
tempted
the
to put
bench.
2 with Sonny, but Sonny hasn't been good, so we'll just go Kane.
No, he's falling. He's falling off a cliff, just like Tottenham.
They don't even play Sonny. He didn't even start.
He must have pissed off Conte.
Got to get out.
It's just a wonderful, lovely dumpster fire over there, and I love seeing it. But speaking of another team,
notice. Sorry, don't want to cut you off. Notice every time Arsenal does well in the league, it's when when all of us have dumpster fires going on.
Well, hold
all
on,
I'm
hold
gonna
up. I can combat that because I sent you all a story and Jake read it, and people like that narrative. But we are going to own that Arsenal's good this year.
They are. They are.
Arsenal is good. We're not taking that from them.
No,
Now,
I won't do
are the other teams dumpster fires? Kind of,
Yes.
sort of, but that's not their fault
that.
because Arsenal
Well-
is good, and we won't take that from them.
Right. When you hit 80 something points, you
But
hit
here's
80
the difference.
points.
Here's the
and,
difference between 15-16 and this season. 15-16, where we were at the end of an era. This team will be good next year,
Yep.
and will be good the
And the
season
year
after
after.
that,
Yep.
and will be good the season after that. That team was the end of Wenger. It was the Mesut Ozil cancer bringing everybody down. So that's the main difference. But speaking of someone who's got to do something to make a difference, West Ham are hosting Aston Villa. Another interesting one, but Moya is under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, he is.
Got to get something.
You saw the West Ham won today, 2-0.
Which is why
versus-
West Ham will win Sunday too. They play Sunday. Yes. Yeah,
versus
Sunday.
somebody.
I had West Ham going 1-0 on
Yeah,
Villa,
same.
but the Hammers have to.
1-0. They like
Have to.
Moyes. 1-0.
1-0.
West Ham played. Oh God, here we go. AEK Larnaca.
Where are these teams at?
Is that Conference League?
It was in in the Conference League, and it looks like somebody threw a cup at the referee.
The hell?
God. Good job, guys.
Goodness gracious! I don't have any clue where this team's from. I can't even figure it out.
The
Cyprus.
point I was going to make, though, was
Cyprus.
Antonio Valencia scored 2 goals.
And he gave a little dance. I saw
Yeah,
the
he did.
dance he gave. I think. All right, X. You said it was 1-0.
Yeah, I think he said 1-0, yeah.
Lewis also agrees with the 1-0. I think that right now are. I think they're playing decent. Unai Emery's definitely got them to do, to play his formation, playing his style. And I thought this one's going to be tough. This one's going to be a tough fought match. West Ham need it, so they're going to have a bit of urgent desperation about them, I would say. But this could be a back and forth one, but I still called it 1-1. I definitely think Villa are worth a goal, even away from home. So I said it'd be 1-1. What do you think, Pat?
I'm going for the upset and going 2-1 West Ham.
Forever flying with bubbles.
Bubbles, man. They're gonna. West Ham's gonna waste another $100,000 on bubbles.
That's so crazy. That was so funny. The goal gets chalked off, but they've already shot off the bubble cannon. Cost them like 20 G's in just bubbles.
First of all, there's no money loss ever when you have bubbles. Everyone wins. Everyone wins with bubbles. Everyone.
Maybe we should blow bubbles at the end of the pod. Just
They have a filter for that, don't they?
I was about to say, don't we have a filter for that?
I don't know.
Sure
We'll
they
have to
do,
look.
yeah.
I'm going
I'm
to
sure
look
we do.
now.
I'm sure someone does.
I was at a music festival one time, and we was walking to the next stage for the next show, and it was a real Ricky Bobby moment because somebody in the crowd behind me was blowing bubbles everywhere, and this girl next to me, some random, she wasn't like a part of my group or anything. She was just walking next to us. She goes, If you don't like bubbles, then you. All right. Yeah.
All right. That's where we're
Hardcore,
at.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's where we're at.
So hey, yeah, West Ham need it. They absolutely need it. Speaking of needing stuff, hit the like button. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Get the notification bell on. We got plenty more coming at you. I know I've had a good one tonight. I hope you have as well. Thanks for listening and have a good night.